cognitive science is an interdisciplinary scientific space that includes contributions from linguistics, artificial intelligence, philosophy of mind, anthropology, psychology, especially cognitive psychology, and neuroscience. So it's an interdisciplinary kind of space. Cognitive science of religion is a relatively new area of primarily scientific inquiry in which we use the tools of the cognitive sciences, that is, the sciences that study minds, to get a better grip on why it is that certain forms of cultural expression that we might call religious are so cross-culturally recurrent, why they show up again and again. One of the common critiques of the cognitive science of religion is that it is more helpful for understanding traditional religions, hunter-gatherer kinds of religious practices, maybe sort of marginal religious practices, but not any of the world's great traditions like Christianity or Islam. Do we have a natural, inbuilt kind of vague sense of divinity that then gets worked out in specific ways? Well, that's an empirical claim about the condition of humans. And so, at least in principle, the scientific evidence should bear on this. We might also consider how the cognitive science of religion could contribute to our understanding of Christian rituals and other kinds of practices, our sacraments. Because from the cognitive science of religion perspective, there are certain features of religious practices that make them rituals proper versus other kinds of ceremonies. And depending on whether they activate the mind in a certain kind of way, they generate certain kinds of expectations or certain kinds of emotional responses from the people participating. There's also an interesting new movement to look at the difference between the sort of established, organized, almost domesticated religions like Christianity and Islam and versus what is sometimes termed wild religions. Those elements of religious expression that seem to sort of come up without any organization, without any hierarchy, without any structures, both within and around these more institutionalized religions. We're looking at general patterns in human groups, not necessarily the particulars of individuals. And so when I talk about humans have a natural propensity towards religious beliefs, I am not making the claim that each and every individual human being has a strong propensity towards religious belief, or that even if they have such a propensity, they're going to act upon it. They may reject that propensity. We get pretty excited if we can explain about 20% of the variance in any kind of a model. That's really good for us because humans are just so complicated.